Hey there, this is Keith with Eco Performance Builders, here to talk about a project we just completed. Had an attic system, furnace, AC that we replaced. It had a lot of problems with insulation, air sealing, bad duct work, oversized equipment, and here's some video of what we did. So if you look here, we got a system that's in the attic that has ducts along the ridge of the roof, which gets really hot, really cold, above the insulation line. The insulation's really low, not a lot of it in there. They ran ducts in a crazy way in circles. They kinked ducts for no real reason, just because that's the length they had. These systems don't work very well. We analyzed it with infrared to make sure we were where the insulation was and wasn't. Looked at the crawl space for, had issues with moisture and just really bad air. So we went back to the lab and did a load calculation for the new HVAC system that would go in after insulating. Sized all the grills, all the ducts, all the plenums, everything we needed for the job. We even go over the electrical load to see exactly if the panel is enough. So in this case, the 100 amp panel was just fine. So we look at all the details to make sure we're going to do a great job for the people. First thing starts out, the guys go in and take out all that insulation. It's hard to do all the work we have to do with all that in there. It's all contaminated and needs to go anyway. But you'll see in a minute, it's really difficult to air seal correctly with all that in the way. So here's the guys going in there, removing everything. And they go ahead and air seal everything. So this is a can light they're air sealing. So when you turn on bath fans or hood fans, air doesn't come from the attic into the home. When you're heating your home in the winter, air doesn't come out of the bath fan and go into the attic. We just want to really isolate the attic from the home. So this guy's reaching with a 2-foot long foam gun to get the far corners of the attic. And then when it's all done, it's all air sealed, so we don't have communication with the attic and the house. So you can see it's really hard to do that if the insulation was still there. Then we missed the video on the mechanical system build, most of it, but this is the platform catwalk to our system with all new ducts that are zero leakage, that are low to the ground, so we can bury them in insulation later. That's a heat pump system. It's not fully completed there yet, but all the runs are marked so we can know how to damper them later. The lines still aren't hooked up, but they will be here in a minute. This is a return duct, so nice and straight, pretty short to the return grill that's in the hallway. There's a bath fan we put in, which has a continuous run mode. And this is the duct run to it. We use an insulated duct, so we don't conduct heat from the attic to the house. And the guys only know how to put ducts together one way, which is really awesome. So here's a super fast speed install of that. So we use mastic on the inside, panduit it, and then mastic on the outside, then insulate it. So treat this just like a normal HVAC duct that we would do for our heat pump. And this is the return duct install. That's the grill, all air sealed, perfectly, no leaks. We put 90s on each turn so we don't have kinked ducts. This is our fully insulated heat pump now on top of a raised attic platform. And that's one of our technicians putting in refrigerant lines, making sure they're perfect so they don't have leaks in the future. Here's the outdoor unit, which runs extremely quiet outside. That's how we get the refrigerant lines up to the attic. And here's our attic with our catwalk, which is raised, so we'll insulate under that. Here's our nice ductwork that's leak-free, perfect airflow, and our insulated plenum with all of our lines connected now. Now we're air balancing, so we're using a digital powered flow hood to make sure that the air flow is to the precision that we wanted from the design. And then this is the person in the attic adjusting it, and then we're getting our actual true airflow at the end, so we know we hit our mark. So we have even temperature throughout the home. And at the end, we have an install team to blow insulation. So we do all this in-house, so our guys know to take care of the ductwork that the other team spent so much time installing perfectly. So it's able to crawl around, do all the install, insulate under the platform, so we have a really good insulation barrier all the way through the attic. When we blow insulation, we use water in line, so it's not so dusty, so you can see what he's doing. So it damp applies and then dries out quickly after. But this way we're able to see exactly what we're doing. Going over all the ducts, trying to bury them, because the attic gets really hot and it gets really cold. And we want our ducts as protected as possible, so we're delivering as much heat or removing as much heat as possible. This is our attic wetting system, so it introduces the little water jets right as soon as it comes out of the truck. We're just loading our big machine. We missed the video on the vapor barrier, but that's our vapor barrier install that we do in-house, and we're able to seal the vents in the crawl space. And that's our final attic. So all the ducts are buried, perfectly insulated. The rest of it, you see the little lumps, that's where the ducts are. We have our catwalk. We have our heat pump unit, fully insulated. Ducts go straight down into the insulation and into each room. Even the attic hatch we take care to insulate, so we make that out of foam board, so it's not a weak spot either, and then seal it to the lid. And there you have it. That's our system. It's a pretty bulletproof attic, which served these people really well for years and years to come.